So let's talk about that sewing machine that was passed down to you, or the one that's been sitting in your basement for years that you finally are ready to bring up. What do you need to do to resurrect it? How do you look after it once you're ready to sew, or if you're ready to start learning? The very first thing you need is to dust it. Let's get rid of all that dirt and grime. Just get a cloth that doesn't leave any lint behind and spray it with an all-purpose cleaner, and then give it a good wipe. So you're going through, getting in and around, get all that dust and grime off. If you've covered your machine, there might not be dust, but if you left it exposed, there might be some stuff you need to get rid of. The next thing you want to do is use a screwdriver. Your sewing machine probably came with a little screwdriver or something like that. You want to take off this metal faceplate here because we want to get right inside that mechanism and just clean out any dirt and dust and lint. So I'm going to pop this off, pull this piece off on mine, and then this little screwdriver. So once you have those screws out, you'll pull off this faceplate to clean out the machine even more. So grab this little brush that came with your sewing machine. If you don't have it, you can use an old toothbrush or even a Q-tip, but make sure if you're using a Q-tip, don't leave behind any lint or fuzz. So just take a little brush and get in there and get out any dust that you see in there. What you want to do is kind of scoop stuff out so that it doesn't get further in the machine. Once you're done dusting and cleaning your machine, if your machine squeaks, then you're going to take some sewing machine oil. Make sure this is specific for sewing machines, and you're going to put a little dab where metal pieces rub together. So just a little bit here right at the back of the bobbin, and just a little bit back over here and around this case. Take a cloth that won't fray or that won't leave any dust or lint behind, and just kind of rub in that oil. Your cloth will have some oil on it now, so then you can rub it along more metal parts. Next, come over to your hand wheel and move this around to see which metal parts are touching each other and moving, and just put a little tiny bit of oil on there. Again, use your cloth, hold it down to rub that oil around and distribute it nice and evenly. Then come to the back of your machine and take off this screw here. Once you release that, it's going to open up this case and you'll be able to get right in here and see, you see more moving parts. Again, take this hand wheel, move it up and down and see where parts are moving and touching, and put a little dab of oil. I'm going to put some right here where that needle shaft is, and then move it up and down to make sure that it gets everywhere. Once you're finished, you're going to close your machine up, but before you sew, take a couple pieces of scrap fabric and run it through your sewing machine. You want to make sure you sew with that first, just in case there's a little bit of oil that will come off. You don't want that to be on your project, you'd rather it be on your scraps.